What's up, KGS? Headmaster here. An introduction shamelessly adapted from Nepenthes. Sorry, Nep. But, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But just look out for the end. We'll have our own kind of closing comments and also my top tip for the day. This video will be about 5 minutes long, so make sure you just hang on to hear what that is. And do, by the way, if you get a chance, drop a like, subscribe so that you pick up on all the videos and we know whether you like it or not. More importantly, comment down below. Let us know what it is you'd like to see and hear about in the days to come. This is just us touching base, really, just me saying hello. It's not an assembly, it's not words of wisdom, it's just really seeing how you all are. I'm just reminding you all to check in with us and with each other as well. Really important that we just stay in touch while we're all engaged in remote learning. Just think back to last Friday, what a weird day. School closed, but it didn't really close because we're kind of remote learning, so we're kind of open, but the buildings are closed. But they're not really closed because there's lots of people coming into the buildings. There's a few volunteer staff, a few senior staff. We've got a governing body meeting. That's pretty much happening remotely. I think there's 1 or 2 people coming in for that. But obviously we've got all the key worker children, and doors are open to local primary children of key workers as well if they want to take that opportunity. So if people don't know that, please do spread the word. So there's going to be some people around. But as for the remote learning, just make sure you're looking after yourself, getting into it. This first day is just, is it working? How's it working? Can you fix the problems yourself? So don't throw your tools down in horror. Don't just send an email saying it's not working, help me. See what you can fix. We're using Firefly, we're using Teams, we're using backup email. Some people are going on WhatsApp, so lots going on. Just make sure you follow lesson by lesson and try and do as much as you can and just feedback at the end of the day on how it's going. Fingers crossed you'll have 6 periods of quite entertaining and interesting lessons. And that's everybody really, right from the first year through to the upper 6. And I know you guys are staying engaged, which is really, really important. And speaking of the upper 6, let's just go back to that day the school kind of closed. I think it was kind of last day for everybody this term, last day for some people in terms of this stage of their school life. And for some people, it felt like their last day at school ever. But as I said, I promise we'll get you back in for a graduation, for a ball, and we'll see each other again. So that will happen. But upper 6, you were amazing. In fact, all the students, all the staff, everybody, just fantastic. And indeed, all the parents, really supportive. Thank you to everybody who kind of dropped me a note just to express their gratitude and express their thoughts and feelings. It's so much appreciated. We've been able to share that across the school. But the upper 6, you were kind of cool. You're dressing up. Fancy dress was amazing. Football at lunchtime, love that. Thank you very much for not taking me out in the corner, Zil. You could have done, good man, really kind of you. But a great game, well-deserved winner, last goal wins, brilliant. And 5th year, just the same. You guys hung on in there, you were really cool, played your game of last goal wins, which was a fantastic kind of sight to see. I didn't get involved in that, it was a bit rougher. But you were brilliant, loads of kind of elbow bumps, few tears, like we're all going to look after each other, so don't worry about it. And a few cards as well. Alice T, big shout out for your card, really appreciated that, it kind of goes down well. And to all of you, you've just been absolutely great. And you will continue to be great. The staff are going to be looking after you. We're all kind of at the end of the line. But do the remote learning. Keep on top of things. Make sure you get your exercise in as well. Make sure you do the things that are either through Netflix or YouTube. You've got Joe Wicks at 9 a.m. You've got loads of kind of links that we've sent out. There's lots of stuff that our PE staff are coming up with. But also the competitions, the change in house competitions. This could be, I don't know, one-off, or it could be the start of a new era. Starting off with house photography. Get those photographs, get them submitted. Mr. Beard and the Housemasters kind of coming up with some fantastic new range of opportunities for you to kind of express yourselves and to compete in your houses, which is incredible. So as we move forward, what else happened this weekend? Apart from kind of dancing around people 2 meters apart, bumping into loads of kind of alumni, but just trying to wave at them from a distance, not to get too close to people. So used to just shaking hands or giving people a little hug, just couldn't do it. All felt kind of weird, really. And then I spent Sunday morning, started off with the grandparents, but then the grandparents mentioned we got these friends who are the same age and live down the road, and then we've got these other friends who live a bit further away, but basically they couldn't get their milk, they couldn't get their bread, they couldn't get their newspapers. They'd run out of things like tin tomatoes, plain flour, all kinds of strange little things that I was just able to pick up for them. So we spent this morning driving around and dropping stuff off on people's doorsteps or in their back gardens and just kind of waving at them through the window, which again felt weird not to stop, have a cup of tea and have a chat. It was really nice to kind of help people out if we could. And today also a bit of a strange one, Mother's Day. So many of you kind of celebrating, but I know for a lot of you, Mother's Day can be a day that's tinged with sadness. So hopefully whatever you did, remembering a loved one or celebrating a loved one, that day with them, I hope the strangeness of the way things are in the world at the moment didn't affect that too much, and you kind of take your peace of mind and take your time together. And that was really kind of good for all of you. So as we look forward to tomorrow, Say remote learning, keep fit, look after yourself, don't do too much social media, don't do too much gaming, make sure you kind of ration it out. You get bored of it pretty quickly if you do it loads, so just make sure you kind of do it in line with your gaps in lessons or in the evenings, and you watch movies and all that kind of stuff. But here comes the top tip. When you're not using your camera, when your camera's not on because you need it to communicate with somebody, cover it up. The reality is that there are hackers and others out there who will be able to, via your Wi-Fi, get in, use your camera, etc., etc. So just cover your camera up, bit of blue tack, bit of paper, whatever. When you're using it, fine. But when you're not using it, cover it up. Make sure it's turned off. Make sure it's covered. That's my top tip. And of course, our signature ending, we kind of borrowed the beginning. What's our ending going to be? You know what it's going to be. We can all say it 1, 2, 3. Everybody, work well and be happy. Good luck to you all. Take care.